Hey guys, welcome to Head and Shoulders ATR. You see the title, you see the topic. What happened to Tori Bowie and what's going on with her? First, before we get into that, we always got to give, the bio, the background, the things that are going on in between that. So that's what we're going to do shortly. Before that, remember, you are watching Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. Don't forget, if you like to support this channel, this is supported by viewers just like yourself. Head down in the description below to the Patreon. Sign up for any tier that you want. Also, Cash App, Chime Sign, and PayPal as always. Thank you guys that support this channel through Super Chats and everything when we go live. Now, look, we are talking about Tori Bowie. The woman that came on the scene, many people like her because of the way she looks, the way she runs, her humble personality, her soft-spokenness, her accent. So many different things that people like about her. But what we're going to focus on today has been her performances, the management that she's gone through, some injuries that she may have had, and what's her next step. What is she likely to do? And given her age, what's going to happen especially given this, given the competition that we have coming up with the other women. They're getting faster and faster and faster. And this year, Tori Bowie, unfortunately, did not make the Olympic standard. So here we are. Tori Bowie, right? Let's go over something right here. Now, I did an announcement that she was a platinum label. Now, she's on the borderline. And even under my own system, I had made a quick mistake. Now, I'm going to go over this very quickly. She's a gold label athlete. Here are all of the things here. That's why I said we're changing up the standards here. So it took a little bit longer on this one. I'm glad I took a little bit more time because here it is. A gold label athlete. What you have to do is you have to make 3 championship finals. Okay? Or you get a medal at one of those, not on the relay. This is all on individuals. If you need a relay, you need double the amount. It has to be at 2. It has to be at separate championships. So she could have got 3 medals or whatever. But for gold label, you either make 3 championship finals, or you get 1 medal at one of those championships. You make 2 championship finals total. So that means 1, obviously, that you made the final, you got a medal. So it's 2 championships total with a medal, or 3 championship titles. And you have to be top 15 ranked overall in your event for 3 separate seasons. She obviously has overqualified for this. She's been in the top 10, and she's also been ranked top 3 in the 100 as well. So she's a 100, 200, and long jump specialist, right? And she's obviously stronger in her 100, but she's just as well in her 200 where she can medal. And on here it says Olympic, 3 Olympic medals, 2 world championship medals, personal best 10.78 in the 100, 21.77 in the 200, 6.91 meters when it comes to the long jump. And HR, that means highest rank, 31. She represents the United States. This is what this is. Peak athleticism, Tori Bowie, gold label. To be a platinum label athlete, since that is what it is, she would have needed, because she's made 4 championship finals. What you need to do is make 5 championship finals, medal in 3 of them. Like I said, if you're on a relay, now you need to have medaled at more than, it needs to be double. And they have to be separate. They have to be separate. So you need to medal at 3 separate championships and make 5. She's made 4, medaled at all 4, but unfortunately, she didn't make this year. So if she makes it next year, she gets upgraded, because you also have to be ranked top 10 for 3 separate seasons. It was 4, but I lowered it to 3 separate seasons, if I'm not mistaken, on my ranking list. And that makes it a little bit easier to get that, but you still got a medal. So let's go on. She's a gold label athlete. That is a tough feat to get, because these are, like I said, we're covering athletes that are head and shoulders above the rest. Here we go. Tori Bowie. Let's look at this. As you can see here, right? We just went over that. Here's her highest ranking, which was in the women's 100, 31, and she held that for 8 weeks. Now, what's been going on with her? What's been going on? As far as I can see, she's been struggling with her training. Okay, this is one interesting case. Tori Bowie, let's look at her progression here. She didn't really think she would make the Olympics, not until 2014. She said 2014, that was the year. Let's look at all of her times here. She's running a 22:18. She ran a 10.8. Her long jump, it went 6.82. So it wasn't necessarily the best. She even stopped doing it for a couple of years because because of her decision, and her coaching staff and the management. They say, hey, look, you got a thing here. Now, look, I think what really convinced her, other than making that big drop from 11.14 to 10.8 in 2014, is that, and she said before that she was just running. It wasn't until she was 26 when she decided, or 26 or so, deciding that she's going to go for the Olympics and that she can win an Olympic gold, right? Well, the interesting case here is that year, remember, I think Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce may have suffered from hamstring injuries, or she was dealing with a hamstring there. Yeah, I did my research here. At least at one or two of those Diamond Leagues, she had to deal with that. Now, that allowed her to beat Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, which was struggling to get even 11-1 in one of those races, right? She started off fast. She still would beat everybody out of the blocks. But this year, in 2014, she won 4 Diamond Leagues, as you can see them here. And if she defeated some very good opponents there. Remember that 200 at Hayward Field? That's the Prefontaine, if I'm not mistaken. That was a great race. Now, also look back at her Diamond League in 2017. She was repped and ready to go. She was ready to go for the 1 and the 2. That 21.77, she defeated Shanae Miller-Weibo and Elaine Thompson-Herah, which the year before, she defeated everybody. Allison Felix, Veronica Campbell-Brown. If I'm not mistaken, they both ran there. Neither one of them medaled in Rio, right? And she beat the rest of the field there, whereas she came back and ran a huge PR right here. I need to go back to her progression really quick because I believe she got a bronze in Rio in that same field. She got a bronze in Rio in the 200, but let's look at the progression here. So she went from a 21.99 to a 21.77. She knocked off 0.22 off of her PR, and she destroyed the field that day, right? So she was looking pretty good coming into London. I was about to say Doha. She looked very good. What happened that year? Here we go. Here's the results. Let's shortcut you to 2017. Obviously, she made the finals in the 100. She won the finals in the 100, and here's the image right here on screen. This is where she was dipping toward the line. She flipped over. Ahore flipped over. Everybody was like falling at the line. She fought for that. You know, she fought for that. Barely just nipped that out of Talu. She fought for that. But she said she knew, she was confident that she can get that after watching Justin Gatlin with his win. She said, I knew it. I got this now. The humble woman now had the confidence too at the same time. Soft spoken. She's like, hey, I got the confidence. But then tragedy struck. Right? After she's getting her medals. After she got her bronze at Rio in the 200. No, in the 200. After she got her silver again to Elaine Thompson-Herah. She came back the next year and beat her. Right? So she lost against Elaine Thompson-Herah in Rio. Upgraded there after that and winded up getting the gold in London World Championships, right? Oh, I cut myself off instead of taking this. Then what happened? Look. Then Doha happened. She wasn't doing as well that year. She had struggled with the training camps. Remember, that even happened a little bit before. First, she couldn't train at the training camps. They said she didn't pay a bill or something like that. That was the management staff didn't alert her. She got into different altercations before where she got into a scuffle with, I believe, Shanae Miller-Weibo, right? And then she said, look, I got to leave this. I got to leave the training camp. She had gone through 3 coaches between then and now, maybe even 4. Because there are just so many different things there. It's like once you get into a shock situation, maybe it wasn't the coach. Maybe some of this would be Tori now being defensive. Like, hey, and she said it herself. This is her own words. She said, hey, I used to just I just used to brush people aside. And then basically translating what she said here in short language, she used to let people walk all over her. Right? She used to let people walk all over her. So maybe she compensated now. Let's think about this. Maybe she has compensated to say, nobody's walking over me again. And then whatever's happening between her and her coach and the new management staff and everything like that, they could not see eye to eye because she's like, wait a minute, I've gone into a shock situation. That can sometimes happen. She couldn't adjust. She got hurt and everything. So what happened to her this year? Let's look at the results so that we can see what's going on to her there. Oh, and by the way, did you all know that she said this was going to be her last Olympics? She was looking at this as her last Olympics. When she was interviewed in 2017 or in after Rio too, she reiterated this more than 1 year. She was like, oh, no. This is the last one. She was looking at Tokyo as the last Olympics. Probably would have continued with the World Championships. You know how it is with athletes. Sometimes they do an extra World Championships after, right? But let's look at this. So she's opening up the season with a wind-assisted 11:46. Her best time in the 100 this season is 11:36. Wind-assisted even more. Wind-assisted even more, right? A plus 3.3 tailwind. And for the people that don't know, and that you're new for track and field, if you get anything over a plus 2.0, your time doesn't count. If you get an NWI, no wind indicator, your time doesn't count. She didn't start at this at the next race. She was not confident with herself there, obviously. And then here we come here, an 1191 with a legal wind. Something's up with the changes in training staff, with not being able to use consistent training facilities. She's now relegated herself. If you think about it, this is like an average person. You got so many different problems in life. You're like, hey, I'll get the training here. Except she's had the money, she's had the ability, she's got the sponsors and everything, right? But she's had to change so many times, and that's not conducive to a performance. What happened here? Right? What happened here? Another DNF. Did not finish here. She's not able to get it. So obviously her mental is not there. She's not letting people on the internet know. That's good. English Gardner, she shares a little bit. I think a little bit too much sometimes. If I got to be frank here, but Tori Bowie, she's capitalized on herself. She's done modeling. If you all look up, if you just type in Tori Bowie and just search Google images far enough, you'll see her ESPN. I think it was like the new modeling or something like that. She's capitalized on herself. I remember somebody told her in an interview saying, hey, you should go out there and model. I guess she took his word and said, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. And she did it. And so she's been able to capitalize on her abilities, capitalize on her looks and everything. But for some reason, after she's left that training camp, she couldn't get it together, and she hasn't been on the peak potential. So what do I think is going to happen next year? I think she might need more than just this next season to recover. I think she's going to need the next championship after this. I think this next season, because she's ran basically 12 seconds, almost 12 seconds, legal win this year in the 100. Based on everything that I can look up, it's really just her being undertrained or not. She's not being trained properly or consistently. That's what I've been able to see here. She might be going through an injury. That's something I can't see. If she is, I haven't been able to find it. If you guys know, drop it in the comment section below. But what I think is going to happen to Tori Bowie, this is our gold ranked, borderline platinum ranked athlete. She's just on the borderline. Right? She's just on the borderline of what that is. And let's put her back on the screen. This is Tori Bowie. You see that she's got these medals. You see how high ranked she is. You know that she can do it. She has the ability and the potential. I think she's going to need 2 seasons. She might not be able to make the World Championships. She might be actually able to make the World Championships this next year, but I don't know if she can do anything because guess what? She's facing up against the Jamaican women, the American women that are making these finals now. Tiana Daniels may be a little bit slower than her on paper, but able to make the finals, right? You got Richardson. If she can get it together, she's going to be a dangerous threat to Bowie. Just you talking about only within your own country. You got Talu that's always there, right? And if you're not at peak performance, right, Talu's going to be able to handle her, even though she has a problem of leaning. And this isn't even bringing up that the Jamaican women are there. This is talking about everybody else. And Tori Bowie is an athlete that I believe will be able to get the platinum label ranking here. She can get another medal at these championships. She can make another championships. She can even potentially win with that. But she's going to have to, if they bring the abilities that they brought this year and Tori Bowie is just coming back, I can't see her. Now, if she's not injured, then it might be possible because she's out of shape. But I think it's going to take 2 championships. I think Eugene, Oregon, doing it in the home crowd and everything, I can see her getting a medal, right? But I don't know if it's going to be good enough. I don't think she will have enough time to. That's just too much of a big chunk going from 1191 this season, and then coming back next year and then running a 10-6 anything. I think that's what it might take again. It might take another 10-6 or a 10-7 low. That might be very hard for her because she's barely scraping through here. And so, what do you guys think here? What do you guys think is going to happen to Tori Bowie next year? From what I've seen, the change in management staff, I think that's what happened to her. What's going on? She's still training. She's still trucking. And unless she lets us know that she's given up and she's retired because of all the things that have happened so far right now, I think this extends her to the next Olympics. I think this takes her to Paris. You know why? Because just like with Tyson Gay, just like with other people, sometimes a big motivating factor is not being able to make a gold medal at a major championship, and in this case, the Olympics, right? She hasn't gotten that gold in that individual title that maybe she wanted. Yes, she's got the gold in the relay, but maybe, just maybe, because she knows and she has the confidence and she said she knows she can win. She's not out here going out here thinking that she's just, yeah, I'm out here to participate. No, she's out there to kick behind, kick some booty, and take names, right? In that order. So when she comes out here next year, when she comes out the year after that and preparing for Paris, I think that's going to be her time to shine. But for what I can see for the foreseeable future in this next year, I can see her meddling in something. It might even be part of a relay. It might not be the open event. I can't assume that everybody brings back their fitness from the last year this next year. Shelly Ann Fraser-Price is older, so it's going to be rocking and whatever, right? There's no guarantee. It's less likely. Every year that Fraser-Price gets a year older is just another year that is going to be a question mark. I got to start saying, okay, it's a question mark now. It's a question mark. All respect to her, but it's going to be a question mark. Just like Gatlin was like, hey, I take each day as it is. And that was him a few years ago. That was back before 2017. He was the same age as Fraser-Price is now. So and he was running pretty quick. And it just 1 year difference can change everything. So with that being said, I think Tori Bowie, gold label athlete. She's earned that right. And I think making another championship, she's going to be upgraded to platinum label. And I think that it's going to take her 2 seasons. And after that, I think she's going to be able to challenge some of those leaders. And then coming into to Paris, if she can get that form, it's going to be hard to beat Thompson Hera, but I think she can do something. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comment section below. Peace out. Thank you. Oh, by the way, if you guys have enjoyed watching this, thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out the other gold label athletes. This is a new ending for me, so excuse me for this abrupt ending here. Check out the other gold label athletes right here, Michelle Lee IE and Tyson Gay. We're going to start doing that at the end of our videos. Obviously, those, if you're watching this very early, you might not see them, but the end cards here. But if you're watching this after the next week or so, they're going to be those videos for you to click right there. But thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.